Many traders wonder, how do you know if a pullback is a really good entry or just a trap? The answer is in the combination of a trend and also of the volatility. In this video I show you a strategy using the EMA 50 and 200 as a trend finder and the Bollinger Bands as a signal provider. One of my favorite strategy because it gives clear entries for our trades. Before we set up the indicators, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Here you get daily updates about the crypto market and even also live trading sessions on the channel. Now straight to the idea behind the strategy. The EMAs shows us the trend direction and the Bollinger Bands show out wherever the market is currently overbought or oversold. The combination about these two indicators ensure us that we only trade in direction of the trend because we already know the trend is our friend, and in the same time we are able to find the perfect pullback zones. And the great part about the strategy, this strategy is not only working in a 15-minute chart or the 1-hourly chart, this strategy are and also in the daily chart. So let's get directly starting with the strategy by adding our indicators. I trade all my trades here on Bitfinex. As you can see here, we have just a Bitcoin position still open. But in today's videos, we want to talk about our strategy. I'm using mainly Bitfinex because we have built a trading view chart directly in our exchange. It means you can do your own analysis here directly in the same chart as you open the trade. A very huge advantage, especially if you're scalping, because it saves you a lot of time. Through my link in the video description, you get directly VIP level, which means lower fees for you and also an additional deposit bonus. So definitely check out the link in the video description. But first of all, let's add the indicators. We need to go here on the chart on indicators. First of all, we add the EMA. So EMA, moving average, exponential. In this strategy, we're using two EMAs. First of all, the EMA 50 and the EMA 200. So we need to add two of them. Now we add our EMAs and we have to go into settings. So first of all, we start here with the first one, going into settings. Go for style, make the 50 moving average here for blue. Keep it like it is on default. And on inputs, we go for the length for 50. And for the 200 moving average, we go again in settings, change it for 200. For color, we set it to red, so we have a clear overview. Press OK, and then we have set it the 2 moving average inside our chart. Next one, what we have to need is our Bollinger Bands. So we go here again for indicators, searching for Bollinger Bands. Even also here, we go into settings. Here it's very important also to adjust a little bit of the colors because otherwise you get confused here with our 50 moving average. So let's change also here some colors. For the upper band we go here for the green, and for the lower band we go here also for green one, and adjust also the lines a little bit so we can see it a little bit more clearer. And I also will guide you later on TradingView, so don't worry, we'll also talk about how to set these indicators in TradingView. First of all, for inputs, very important to put it to 20 and to 2. If you're using the strategy directly in the chart overlay from Bitfinex, you can just leave it at default. If you use it on a different platform or different exchange, just check about the length on 20 and the mult on 2. Press OK. We set all our indicators directly here in the chart. Let's even also switch here to TradingView so I can also explain you how it works over there. First of all, same scenario as before. We're going here for indicators. We're searching here again for EMA, moving average, exponential. You can put it the same as in Bitfinex. Even also here on TradingView, you have the benefit you can also add different EMAs. So these are EMAs directly already set at 20, 50, 100 and 200. It could potentially even also work the same, but I would prefer to put it manually on the moving average because then you have also on some strategy, as you know here, we only need the 50 and the 200, so it doesn't confuse you with the 20 or with the 100. But for general chart analysis is also working fine if you use the 20, 50, 100 and 200 EMA. I even also recorded the strategy by using only EMAs, so just check out the video on my channel. And then also here we have to choose our Bollinger Bands, so we put our Bollinger Bands inside, and as you can see directly our Bollinger Bands was added. We can also go here into the settings, very important to check about the inputs, so the length to 20 and also here standard def to 2, and on style you can adjust the colors as you want. I keep it as default, and now we have to talk about how the strategy is working step by step. Step number 1 is to find our trend here. So first of all, we go here to the Bollinger Band, make it invisible because we only want to find the trend with our EMAs. This strategy working in different time zones, so you can even apply this on a 1-hourly time zone, on a 4-hourly time zone, or even also on a 50 minutes time zone. Very important about here, if you're looking for the trend in the 15-minute chart, the trend on the 1 hourly chart, on the 4 hourly chart, or even on the daily chart can change. So very important if you're trading also in the 15-minute chart or even in the 5-minute chart, only look in your analysis exactly on this time zone. So we want to use this strategy as a scalping strategy. So it makes more sense to go here into lower time frames. Mainly for scalping, the 3-minute, the 1-minute, or the 5-minute chart is here definitely the good part to go. Otherwise, if you're using more like a swing position, just even look more on the 1 hourly chart or on the 4 hourly chart. But we want to go here in the scalp position here on the 5-minute chart. So let's change it to 5-minute. Very important, if the 50 moving average is above the 200 moving average, we are in a clear uptrend. If the 50 moving average is below the 200 moving average, we are in a clear downtrend. Quick example directly in the charts. Here the 200 moving average in top of the 50 moving average, so we have a clear downtrend. Then we got here a cross of the 50 moving average and the 200 moving average. The trend shifting, so we have the 50 moving average below the 200 moving average, so we are in a kinda uptrend here. So we make sure to trade here only in direction of our trend. Step number 2, we have to find our entry. In an uptrend, as you can see here right now, we figured out with our EMAs, we will wait until the price will touch the lower Bollinger Bands and forming a bullish reversal candle. So here on the chart, you have here one entry, also here set 2 entries, also here touching the Bollinger Bands, also here you have a perfect entry, also here you have a perfect entry, also here, and even also here. Very important, in an uptrend we only go here for long positions. As you can see here, we have many trade entries, even also a little bit more down below there till the trend is shifting. About how to set the trade perfectly and even also calculate your risk, we'll talk later. But first of all, let me show you how you can enter a trade if you are in a downtrend. So as you can see here, we are now in a downtrend. And for the downtrend, the rule is waiting for the price touching the upper band and shows a bearish reversal candle. So also here, we can also figure out where we touch the Bollinger Bands. It's on top here. We got one touch point here. We one touch point here. Also here we shoot a little bit more. Also here we got a touch point. Here we got our touch point. Here we got a touch point. Also here we got a touch point, and then the trend was flipping to the upside again. As you can see also here, even if you are on a downtrend, also there we have a lot of trade entries. The difference in our downtrend, we're only looking here for short entries. Step number 3 is our risk management, and even also on our take profit and our stop loss. So for the stop loss, the rule is very simple. Below the last low in the uptrend or below the last high in a downtrend. So for an example here, we enter our trade here by touching the Bollinger Bands. Our stop loss would be here under our last low. I want to give you a short quick tip also here by setting the stop loss. Give the stop loss a little bit more room and not setting directly to the candle close of the low, because sometimes we got a smaller wick to the downside and you will got stopped out. Setting the stop loss directly on the last low. So especially if you see it here right now on this trade entry, if you put the stop loss on the last low directly here, which means it's kind of like here, you would be potentially stopped out. So if you gave it a little bit more room to the downside, and then you have set your stop loss. So for the take profit, there are also some rules. So for the target zone number 1, we are using here 2 target zones. Target zone number 1 is the middle of the Bollinger Bands. We also have it here directly right now. You can also put the line in different color modes. Just go in the settings, adjust them. So this one would be the first target zone. It's kind of a ratio of 1:1. And the second target would be the other band. So in the long positions would be the upper side. For short positions would be like the lower side of the Bollinger Band. So which means it mostly give you a risk reward ratio of 2 or 3. So this is very important to keep not the risk reward ratio at 1:1, because it's not like way we want to trade the strategy here right now. I also want to give you a quick tip how I use this strategy for myself. As soon we're reaching take profit 1, so the middle band, I will remove my stop loss to break even, protect myself. You can even also then delete your take profit here and just keep the trade running and just move your stop loss after the last high, after the last low, directly in profit. Especially if you're using my 125x leverage strategy together with this strategy here right now on the Bollinger Bands, you will potentially find the perfect entries for your strategy. Even also for this strategy, you will find a video on my channel. You can even use the strategy by using market orders, so you can directly enter the market, or you can also set limit orders. So for example, we want to put a limit order down below here on the Bollinger Bands. So we can press here, put like how many margin we want to use. Let's put like 50% of our margin inside. Now we place it here, our limit order. Then we can adjust our stop loss. Our stop loss under our last low would be like around here. And we can adjust our take profit. Take profit we want to keep in the middle of the band or in the upper side of the band. So I would keep it here at the middle of the band. So as you can see here right now, we have our stop loss set and even also our take profit. As I mentioned before, this strategy is not working only in the lower time frames on the 50-minute chart or on the 5-minute chart. This strategy is also working on the 1 hourly chart, on the 4 hourly chart if you want to use it as a swing position. If you want to use it as scalp position, just focus more on the 1 hourly and the 5-minute chart. And there you can also set the orders by setting limit orders or even by market orders. In general, the rules are super simple. Let's summarize it one time together. First of all, we have to find our trend together with our EMA 200 and EMA 50. Next, we have to find our entry directly together with our Bollinger Bands in direction of the trend. Set our stop loss below or above our last high or our last low. Take profit in the middle of the band and on the upper side of the band, and then you can just enter the trade. Just test it out yourself directly here on Bitunics, link down below in the video description. There you can claim directly your deposit bonus, also get access to the VIP level, and don't forget I'm live here every day with market updates. So subscribe, leave a like, and then we see you in the next video.